This is Daryl Shergan, Quest for Vape, and I am in a live broadcast hangout with Adrian Cantu out in California. What's up, Adrian?
How's it going, man?
Let me pull you up on screen. Is there a way for you to close that blind behind you?
Oh, yeah, let me,
Auto contrast makes it a bit rough. Adrian Cantu is a serious vapor. He vapes on big builds, big box mods. He's in a Facebook group called Bananavape, Banana Man's Vape Group, a fellow that I know from around here locally in Long Island. And we like to do funny videos in that group and firebacks, you know, challenge people to blow clouds and all kinds of funny, stupid shit we do. And other than that, he did a couple of Apocalypse videos. He's in a band. What do you play? Guitar? You sing?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Yeah, I play guitar.
Awesome. He rocks. And then at night, his regular job is he's a security guard at a big manufacturing facility of some sort.
Yeah, those big machines that I use for my Vapocalypse videos were just reservoirs filled with water.
Oh.
Because the place that I secure it has a bunch of internet servers, so they need these ACs, these big giant ACs. You go in there and it's really cold. They need these big giant ACs to constantly keep it nice and cool in there, so none of the servers overheat or anything like that. So that's how I was able to use some of the things that work as props in my videos.
That's awesome. And you had like trains and helicopters and you know.
Yeah, people go around there all the time, so a lot of times I'll hear a helicopter or something go by, and it was just perfect. Every time I went outside, something was going on, so I was like, I can use this.
Yeah, that's good improvisational use of like the surrounding environment. Nice work there, Adrian.
Oh, thanks, man.
All right, well, Adrian just got back what was it, last weekend? The weekend before from ECC out in SoCal, right?
Yeah, that was awesome. That was my first convention, finally. Every time a convention goes on, something always happens and I can't go. And so I'm pretty stoked to go to ECC.
I hate missing good conventions. Bugs me.
Yeah.
I love going to conventions. All right, cool, man. And so let's get to know you a little bit more. How long you been vaping? How'd you get into it? Were you a smoker, or you just like the lifestyle of us retards?
No, I was a smoker before, which is weird because I used to smoke Marlboro Smooths all the time, but when it comes to juice, I can't stand menthol juice. But for some reason, that's what I used to smoke. I used to smoke Smooths. So I was a smoker, and then I had quit before. I didn't smoke for 2 years, and then I picked it back up again for about a year, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I want to quit again. So I quit, and I got an Ego style pen, and I started from there. I started with an Ego style pen, and I started with like 18 milligram nicotine juice, and I just kind of worked my way down from there. After a few months, I got a mech mod, my first mech mod, and I went to a vape shop. I had it built a couple times, and I kind of asked him, is it cool if I watch you? And he's like, yeah, no problem, man. And so I watched him a couple times. First couple times he built it. And then I kind of bought my own wire and stuff. And that's when I just started building. That was a little over almost 2 years ago now.
Wow.
So I've been vaping for almost 2 years, but I've been building for over a year and a half.
Okay, cool. What is your favorite build? What's your favorite vape? Like right now, you're going to go to your all-day vape and just chill. What's that?
Well, my basic build that I love to rock every day is on my 252 series, unregulated series box.
Want to open that up for us?
I love the bigger coils. So I use a 4mm bit, especially with this because it's double the volts. My go-to build is the 8 wrap of 22 gauge around a 4mm bit. I just love that build. I've tried the 7 wrap and it's nice, but I feel like the clouds aren't as dense. And anything over 8 wraps, I think it just takes just a little bit too long. not too long of a ramp up, but it's just a little bit more than what I would like. So I stay at 8 reps. For me, 8 rep just seems perfect. It just seems it's perfect. It's not the ramp up isn't bad. The clouds are nice. You know, it's nice density. But
Cool.
back to the story that I was telling you before. Yeah. So I never owned a box before. I got this box, and I kind of got it by mistake. I ordered a parallel because I didn't have any, you know, previous knowledge with owning any other boxes before. So I wanted to start off basic. I wanted to start off with a parallel box, something I can kind of put whatever I want on it. And when I got it, it came as a series. Here's what the inside looked like. It came as a series, so I was kind of I was pretty intimidated by it at first. I was like, crap, you know, I've never owned a box before. I asked my friend John Weber a lot of questions. He told me all about safety, because he owns 252 mods as well, and he, you know, said, you know, it goes down to 0.25, don't go below that, but 0.3 is where you kind of want to be, and which is right. You know, for me, I did all these different builds on it, and the 8 wrap of 22 gauge around a 4mm bit just works perfect for me, and it's 0.31. So I prefer to stay in the 0.27 to 0.31 range when it comes to series, especially because I don't want. I've seen people push it. I've even seen videos of people use a full straight mechanical series box, no MOSFET, and they like fucking put a 0.14 build on it, and we're just like ripping clouds. I was like, I can't do that.
I
I
can't
love
either.
this
My
box. So I
lungs
think,
can't take it. It's too hot.
yeah, yeah, and I just wanted to make sure I did everything safe. I haven't. I've had it for 3, 4 months now. The only issue I've ever had with it was I had some misfiring issues, but it was just a button issue, and these have a lifetime warranty, so I just sent it right in. And but yeah, I haven't. One of the things that I like to do, so I don't ruin my box, is I like when I build, I pulse them on the tube
Okay,
because
nice.
you know how sometimes ohms jump up a bit until you get them nice and clean how you want them.
Yep.
So I put it on a tube first, and I pulse it on a tube, then I put it on my box. I just do certain things like that just so I don't ruin my box and end up blowing my face off, you know.
Yep.
But yeah, it was just kind of crazy. It was my first box, and it ended up being a series box. But I've been pretty safe so far. So you know, I just take certain precautions so I don't do anything wrong.
I think I remember when you got that. It was probably feels like it was 3, 4 months ago, but like
Yeah, yeah, it was about 3 or 4 months ago.
in the time I've known you.
Hmm.
What were you vaping before that? You had a Sigali or an IPV or something like that, like a
No,
150?
I got the IPV later, or no, I'm sorry, the Sigelli later. I
Oh,
didn't.
okay.
I got the Sigelli after I got this box. So this is the very first box I've ever messed with, and then I got the Sigelli about a month ago, or maybe a month and a half ago. But
Okay.
before that, I always just used mechs. My 18650, this is my Pegasus. So I have my Peggy, and I started off. My very first mech mod was a K100, but that got stolen from me. I went to a concert, and I didn't know what their rules were, and I wanted to vape after I got out. I was like, you know, I don't want to get it taken away from me, but I want to be able to vape when we come out. So I had it in my, I actually had it in my, whatchamacallit, the glove compartment. And when we came back out from the show, nothing looked broken into, but everything looked scattered in the car. I think what we did, which was dumb on our part, was we forgot to set the alarm. We just walked into the concert. Somebody must have seen that, and they walked up and opened the door, and they kind of everything looked scattered inside. Nothing looked broken. The glove box was wide open, and I was like, "Shit, there goes my pen." So I had to start over. And then so the second one I got after that was a Black Hawk. And then I got the Peggy, and so I just started off with 18650s. I have a Mutant, so I do have a 26650. I messed with that for a while, and then I finally worked my way up to a box.
Very cool, man. Very cool. I got a Mutant.
Yeah,
That's my workhorse, man. That thing is
it's solid. It's a solid tube. I have a clone, and people have I've had people tell me, they don't really hit good and this and that, and
Oh
I
shit.
show them my video, and they're like, "What the hell kind of mutant did you buy?" And I was like, "I got a tobacco clone."
Yeah.
I heard the tobacco out of the clones, the tobacco made the best clone for the mutants, and that was the one that I got, and it never, I never felt like the clouds were weak on it. It's always been good to me, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Whatever was everybody was talking about when they said the mutants don't hit hard. Yeah, they
Ah,
hit hard.
mine hits
And
hard. I mean, every couple of weeks it needs a cleaning. I clean the contacts, the firing pin, the adjustment pin. But other
yeah,
than that, yeah, mine's always been great. $40. I got my money's worth out of this sucker. This is what I use to pulse
yeah.
coils. This is what I use if I want to rock below 0.15.
Mhm.
I don't really like to strain my batteries worse than that. So
Yeah.
very cool, man. Very cool. Well, what do you think? Usually I'll have people on and I'll do a build and they'll kind of like almost do sports commentator type, but like we're going to do it different today because I really want people to see the builds that you do if you feel like it.
Yeah,
Um,
definitely. Let me go grab. I have everything here with me except for my wire. So I'll just be back in 1 second, and I'm gonna go snag my wire really quick.
yeah, man. Mix it up a little today. Adrian was able to meet the guys with Mad Rabbit wire, which I believe is stainless steel. It's an alloy, but it's got unlike well, it's not Canthol, it's not nichrome. I believe it's stainless steel, and they might be like the first of anybody I came across with a high grade stainless steel performance wire. So,
All right, cool.
hey, when you were at ECC, you picked up some of that rabbit wire, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna be building with today. This one's a little different. This one's or a lot different, I should say. With this wire, the 8 wrap of the 22 gauge regular Canthal, it ohms out to 0.31. But with this, with the Mad Rabbit, this ohms so low, it's like pretty much cut in half. Um,
No kidding.
a little bit more. I have
What
to
is
do a
what is
16
the
wrap.
16 wrap?
Yeah, 16 wrap around a 4 millimeter bit to get it up to 0.27.
Huh.
So this wire is pretty crazy low.
What is
But
Mad? I've met them out in Pittsburgh at a show. What is that wire like metal? You know?
you know, I think that's the one question. This is the first time I've ever tried anything other than regular Canthal.
It's okay if you don't know the answer to that question. I think it might be more like stainless steel with a little bit of something else in it,
Is
if I
it
remember
titanium?
correctly.
Is it titanium or something? Or is it something else?
Uh, I don't know. Could be. I really don't know. So that's but okay, it's low resistance wire. It's
Yeah,
competition wire. You like the flavor.
yes.
You
Yeah,
like
the flavor
using
is
it.
great. The flavor is really great. I've dripped some juices, and I got awesome flavor. And then I went and put it in the tank, and I was like, crazy. How's the flavor? Like the flavor isn't as good. I don't know. I think it's just certain juices. All juices are different. It just depends how they make it. Because that kind of tripped me out. I was like, how am I getting more flavor dripping than I am in a tank? Like, how's that possible? But yeah, let me go ahead and get a little bit out here. But yeah,
That's cool.
this stuff is crazy low. This is only my third or fourth build with it. I just rebuilt it yesterday, but I tore it apart. That way I can do another one. Um, these were the ones that I had in there before. Of the So
Okay.
16 wrap. It tripped me out. I couldn't believe that I had to do 16 wraps just to get it up to 0.27. I was like, I like to, especially with the series, I'd rather stay in the 0.27 to 0.31 range, even though they say, it can go down to 0.25. I just like to go slightly above that just to stay safe. Um,
What gauge are you using? 22?
yeah, 22 gauge Mad Rabbit wire.
Okay. Well, I don't have any Mad Rabbit wire, but I do have Arsenal wire,
Mhm.
which I don't really know what that is. It's I think it's nichrome. I could be wrong. I have no idea.
Yeah.
A lot of people use it. They haven't died yet. I hope I'm okay.
Right. We'll know in 20 years.
Yeah. If I start growing an extra nipple,
Yeah,
I'll
but
vape some more.
this is the first time I've ever used anything. For over a year and a half, I've always just stuck with regular Canthal, regular basic Canthal, and this is the first time I've ever used comp wire, and I'm pretty impressed. I like it a lot, and it has great flavor. It just heats up super quick. Like even my Pegasus needs to be cleaned. It's pretty dark, getting pretty dark, but it didn't really hit all that well anymore. And I was like, you know what? I wonder what the difference this wire will be. So I threw a 5 wrap of the 22 gauge Mad Rabbit wire in here, and it was just chucking. I was like, holy crap! It doesn't even feel like I have to clean it anymore. It was just throwing clouds. Even more, I took it to the beach with me, and one of my friends was his battery had died in his mod, and so I was like, oh well, I have my Pegasus with me. Why don't you just use this one? Because I had my Skelly with me that day. And I was like, I brought my Peggy too, so you want to just go ahead and vape this? He's vaping it the whole time, and he was like, damn, dude, this thing hits way harder than mine. And he cleans his mod on a regular basis. This hasn't been cleaned since I got it.
I
So,
was gonna say, yeah.
yeah. So I was like, holy shit. I was like, a mod that has never been cleaned since I got it. This is a hand-me-down. And he was saying it hits way harder than his mod that gets cleaned regularly. And he has a Nemesis. So I was like, shit, that's crazy. I was like, I'm telling him, he's like, was this wire really that much of a difference? I was like, dude, you telling me that it hits harder than your mod, and my mod is in desperate need of a cleaning. Like, I put regular Canthal in there, it was not hitting good. Like, I put the Mad Rabbit, and it was just chucking.
Cool. So, yeah, performance wires definitely make a difference.
Yeah, it does. It really does. And so the bits I'm using are, like I was saying earlier, the 4mm bits. I haven't tried 3.5 yet. I'm sure a lot of people like to use 3.5. I haven't tried them yet. I want to because I'm sure that it would help. You know, it would even just fucking chuck even more probably. You know, heat up faster. And because these are some big coils, but you need big coils with so
Yeah,
many volts.
it's a trade-off. If you're going to go down that low on unregulated series, you kind
Yeah,
of need to have a lot of airflow and a lot of cotton. Make
yeah,
sure that there's juice and airflow.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I usually have on my Buddha. I usually have it at halfway, but with the Mad Rabbit, I opened it up a little bit more, so I have 4 rows. So that's what 3, 6, 9. So I have 12 plus the other two that are on the bottom.
Hey,
The
can we
side.
get a close-up of that? That's the Zephyr Buddha.
Yeah. So there's these little airflow holes right here that are on the deck itself, kind of like the plume veil.
Yep.
So you got one of those on each side, and it's kind of like the Mutation X style, where it has the bunch of different airflow holes.
I've long been coveting one of those. I don't own one yet. I saw them at the show one time for $50, and that's a good deal. They usually go for anywhere from 70 to 100, right?
Yeah, the $60. This one's a clone.
Okay.
This is only like $25, but yeah, they go for $60. I
Okay.
wanted to get a Buddha V2, but they had ran out. I'd rather. It's because I build big coils. So one of the problems I have with the Buddha is because I build such big coils is that the airflow. See how it's all Delrin?
Yeah.
So when it gets too close, if I build coils and it's too close, I know you can kind of see from like when I first got it,
Melts a little bit.
it's melted a little bit.
Yep.
So I got to make sure they're not too close to the deck. And it's kind of hard because I build such big coils. The 4mm, it takes up a lot of room. So you got to really make sure. It's better if you center them.
Yep. That was the problem I had with it. What was the kazoo one? The one that had that little turbo.
Oh yeah.
It had that Delrin on the inside, which just melted eventually. I wasn't right up against it, but the heat over time just
Yeah.
chewed that all up. So I took that out and ended up having a nice big fat wide open chuff cap on that. And then it vaped great. 16 wraps, huh?
Yeah, I have to do 16 wraps. I
All right. All
have to
right.
back up a little bit. You know what? I
Take your
already
time. Don't worry, nobody watches my YouTube channel anyway, so it's not like you can't be embarrassed if you have no audience.
Got a little bit of juice on my hand. It's making me slide.
2, 3,
Alright.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Damn. I can't even usually count that high.
You know, what's horrible about building with so many wraps is I have my eyesight isn't all that well because my left eye is a little bit blurry, but my right eye is perfect. And so I always have to look right up to it, and sometimes I have to get my little flathead screwdriver, and I just kind of rub up against it and count the coils
Tick,
that
tick,
way.
tick. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I can't see that, especially like 24 gauge and higher. I can't see those individual wraps to count them.
Yeah.
I got to find a young'un. Hey, you. How old are you? I'm 22. I'm legal to be in this shop. Oh, good. Okay, come here. Count these coils.
Yeah.
Your eyes are younger than mine. Adrian just had a baby a couple of weeks, 7 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Big
Thank you,
papa.
sir.
It's very exciting. We all did some videos on the Bananavape group in tribute to little baby Arya. My girls are all big and they argue. I say big compared to yours, but they're still my babies. 7, 9, and 11.
Oh, that's awesome.
You know what's nice though? They're self-sufficient. Like they can kind of police themselves for reasonable amount of time. They're in the house now, not fighting and not beating each other up, and nobody's burning the house. So who's out by you as far as like California vape companies and stuff? Are you near Local Vape is a California company?
A lot of them are in Costa Mesa. Like you got Buckshot Vapors, Time Bomb, Clutch Vapors. They're all out in the Orange County area. I think Anarchist might be around here too. I'm
Oh,
not
no
sure.
kidding.
I'm not too sure about that, but a lot of companies are actually more towards the OC area.
Okay. Is that north or south or where are you? You're Southern
I'm
California,
Southern
right?
California. Yeah.
Okay.
SoCal. So yeah, that's actually pretty awesome. I've noticed a lot of companies are in Orange County area, Costa Mesa, so that's
Cool.
pretty awesome.
You
The
have some
Buckshot
good.
Vapors was pretty good. That was one of the first juices that I started vaping. Was
Oh, no
Buckshot.
kidding.
Yeah.
You have some
Was the
good.
M80.
Oh, yeah.
I was stuck on that M80. It was the dragon fruit watermelon flavor. It's so good.
Dragon fruit watermelon. Interesting.
Yeah.
Which juice did I get out to you that time?
Which one?
Did I get? What juice did I get out to you that one time for that contest?
Oh, it was a Bad Drip.
Oh,
That
okay.
was some good stuff there.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
bad drips.
really enjoyed that. Because to
Cool.
save money, I started making my own juice
Oh, awesome.
just so I can save a bit with the baby
Yeah,
instead of
sure.
spending so much every payday on juice.
How's
And
that going?
it's actually not too bad. It really is a lot of trial and error. You just
Yeah.
got to find the right flavors. Like I usually mix around five to six flavors in my different ones in my juices. Like the Bad Drip, that was the one that made me try to create a churro one that I'm still working on. I tried to create a churro funnel cake. I mixed like I think it was I have everything on my phone. It was cinnamon Danish, sweet cream, What did I get to try to make the churro flavor? It was cinnamon Danish, cinnamon roll, and then it was something else.
That's cool. So you must be talking about Ugly Butter from...
Yeah, that was the one
Yeah.
that made me want to create a churro one, was the ugly butter. Yeah, I just
Fried
mixed
dough and
churro.
cinnamon and sugar, yeah.
Yeah, I mixed cinnamon Danish, roasted marshmallow, sweet cream, frosted donut, ice cream, vanilla bean ice cream. So I
Cool.
mixed those flavors to try to come up with a churro flavor with ice cream on it and stuff. I mixed the frosted donut and the cinnamon bun one, the Danish, to try and create a churro flavor. It's not too bad, but my girlfriend loves it too. It's my favorite one that I've made so far. I tried to make a strawberry milk and failed miserably.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite flavor profiles.
Yeah, I love strawberry milk. I
Strawberries
wish
and
it came
cream.
out better. I need to mess with it a little bit more. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I don't have a Zephyr Buddha, so I'm building this. This is called the TKO by Vape Fuel. Kind of like it looks like the Mutilator
Yeah.
RDA. It's a mutation style, their version of, at the time there was no 26650 version of the mutation, so this was their version of what that would look like. Just a big fat RDA that I could put a lot of coils on.
Yeah.
Without having to strain myself too much. Early on, this was like my go-to RDA to build for big box mods.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, just fucking flew too close to the sun and snapped my wire. I wouldn't have been able to tell you what a series or a parallel box looked like or what the difference was when I first got my first box, which is this guy. I didn't know. I had no business buying that and messing around with it at the time because I didn't know enough. But also at the time I was trying to find out, and there weren't many videos online. Like there was a million videos on DIY if you wanted to build your own box mod, but then I was like, I don't want to build it. I just want to know about it. And there was nothing.
Yeah.
I saw all kinds of box mods, but all right, nothing was telling me about that. Like, what's that like? How do you build for that? How do you, how do I know if I want a series or a parallel? There wasn't even anything explaining that.
Mm-hmm.
I took it upon myself, and the first few videos I did were just complete rubbish. But that's okay. If I didn't know much, there's people out there that they also didn't know much, so you like the video. Come up here, take a look, see how you're doing.
I know, I'm trying to like fix my...
It's not easy when you're live on camera, huh?
All right, okay.
Puts a little challenge to it.
Oh, yeah, I just...
Rip Trippers make it look so easy, though.
Oh, shit, I lost my... How do you lose a giant piece of wire? See where that went? Oh, okay, I see it. Yeah, you know what I did was I just got the tab that's on the top of my tablet to close the case, and I just kind of got this little box, this container, and I put the tab inside the box and then shut it. That way it holds it at that angle.
Nice. Very nice.
A little improvisation.
That works. Yeah, don't worry if you lose some pieces of Canthol over there, you'll find them later on when you're walking around and you get jammed in your toe or you sit on it.
Oh, man.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
You won't go missing very long. Yeah, I actually policed the area afterwards with just because I don't want to have to hear about it later, and I will. So I
Yeah.
usually go around with a magnet, which works nice. Like if I'm ever building inside in the house, there's always a piece of canthal or two that just flew off in an awkward direction. So
Yeah. Yeah, what I do is I just count my pieces and make sure I have them all. All the pieces that I snip off, I count them. Make sure I have them all when I'm done. If I don't, I freak out. I'm like, where did it go?
yep, I just lost
Especially with the
one.
baby now. I'd feel horrible if my baby was crawling around and like got a piece of Kenthal stuck in her hand or something.
Yes, you would. So your girlfriend smokes or vapes also?
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, I had picked up her first mod right before she got pregnant. So she was kind of bummed. She only vaped for like a couple weeks and then she got pregnant and so she's pretty stoked to be able to vape again. I have her vaping 0 milligram.
Okay, cool.
I was vaping zero for like 2 months, and then after I went to ECC, I tried so many different juices, and a lot of them were three, but I kind of just started vaping nicotine again.
I understand.
Okay, I'm gonna
Well,
do
like
one more rep.
how many times in your life had you quit smoking and then went back to it? You know, the nicotine still
Yeah.
has the call. Adrian, you still want a cigarette? It's still out there. It doesn't go away.
Yeah. All right. Now let's get this piece and just kind of.
So this isn't so much of a build tutorial as it is just a couple of guys talking about building and box mods and how to build for them and bullshitting. It's
Mhm.
good. There's nothing wrong
Yeah,
with it.
I just prefer to be safe to stay in the point 2.7 and 3.1 range. It's just I feel better that way.
Oh, dude, I usually, for my series box, I'm usually up around point 0.8, point 0.9, point 0.7. I go high,
Yeah.
like 26 gauge, 15 wrap, stuff like that. That's, I don't this is probably going to be an aggressive build for my likes, but that's okay. I can vape like Adrian Cantu for a day.
All right, so we got my coils ready. They're a little.
What'd you use to wrap those coils? Did you use any type of a jig or a screwdriver? What'd you use?
I don't know where the hell my camera is. No, I don't use. Okay, there we go. We got one coil there. I just did a little pre-bend.
Oh, nice. Yeah, you did a center post bend.
Yeah. Yeah,
Fancy
I
guy.
Let me see here. Shit, what did you ask me right now? I already forgot the question because I'm such a retard. I'm over here trying to get this in
What'd you
here.
use to?
Oh yeah, yeah. I just hand wrap them. I
Okay.
just wrap them around the. Sometimes if I have juice on my fingers and I can feel it sliding, I'll just get a paper towel. I'll just get a paper towel and hold one of the ends and then just keep hand wrapping them. But I've
Okay.
never tried. I've actually never used one of the. I heard they're pretty easy, pretty simple to use. I've never tried one of the coil, the little coil jigs. So I just hand wrap them.
Okay. Cool. It works. Obviously. Yeah, it's an extra tool available. I like using coil jigs. Keeps me a little more accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, my ex roommate, one of my old roommates, has one. He loves his.
Ah, I did it again. Yeah.
What's that?
Snapped a.
Oh,
I flew too close to the sun. I tightened it down too much.
yeah, I hate that. Sometimes it's a little sharp in there.
So it looks like I'm going single coil mode today. Fucking. You want to see how to resurrect? Look, I have enough of a tail on that leg. I'm gonna see if I can resurrect this. You like that cheapo move? Hold on. Grab that. Pull that out. Yep. Good. I resurrected it. It's not pretty, but it'll do.
Once you get it pinched and heated up and nice and good, it won't. Nobody will tell the difference.
Yep. Yep. So how'd you get into vaping? I forget if I asked you that or not.
Yeah, I quit smoking cigarettes, and I heard about vaping, and my brother had bought Ego style pen, and he didn't really care for it too much. Then he bought a K100. So I pretty much got my first two mods from my brother.
Oh wow.
And
Cool.
after I quit smoking cigarettes, he gave me his Ego style pen, and I started using that. After a few months, he didn't like the K100 because he said it was too powerful for him. Using a mech mod, he didn't like it, especially with um, because of how strong it was, and then we're vaping 24, 18 milligram
What's a
nicotine.
K100? I don't even know what that is.
It's the basic a Camry.
Oh, okay.
It's
Okay, yeah.
a Camry, and it's just like the basic. A lot of people talk shit about them. I've seen like dangers with them supposedly where it could be plenty of different factors. Somebody could have put the battery in the wrong way, and that's why it just started suddenly misfiring. Because I've seen some stories where they claim that their K100 just misfired. It wasn't being pulsed or anything like that. It was locked, and it just started firing in their room or
Oh yeah.
wherever it was sitting down. um, I've never had any issues like that
I've owned a
with
bunch of
mine.
SIMIU products.
Yeah.
SMY is like a sister company to Camry. If you
Yeah.
notice, all the Camry products are like, oh, that's just like the SMY, but it's slightly different. They're sister companies. They're not like ripping each other off all the time. I think they're
Mhm.
literally sisters. Um, so yeah, I heard that about the SMY 260, which I have one, and I'm like, what are you talking about? This thing's great, but it does have very, very tight tension on the spring on like the clips, so you have to kind of work them in a little bit. And if you don't
Yeah.
do that, yeah, I could see where people would like shear the end off their battery wrap and then have an issue. But I don't know. Since January, I've had that, and I vaped on it pretty steadily. It's almost maybe not every day, but I vape quite consistently on that one box mod. Never had a problem.
Hmm.
All right. Anyway,
Yeah.
babbling over here while we build.
One of the things I like to do with my coils too is when I get the bit in there,
Yep.
I just like to give it a nice tug it out. That way it makes it nice and tight. Especially when you're doing parallels, it's great for parallels. You just kind of get it, stick it in the middle, and you grab it with your two fingers and just kind of pull on it.
Gotcha. So you're pulling that away from the center posts.
Yeah, away from the center post.
Pull any slack out that might have been in there.
Yeah, just get them nice and tight.
Cool. Words of wisdom.
There we go. The middle one, I just kind of go back and forth till it breaks. Oop, didn't break where I wanted it to.
You have any special, like, not special, but like your favorite knick-knack or tool that you use when you're building that just really makes it all right and work out for you? Something that you love to use when you're building?
Yeah,
And
I've stuck with the pretty same tools for a while. The things that I do like, but I don't own one, are those little see, these are the wire cutters I have, like just off these right here, the little Walmart brand
yep,
style wire cutters. But those little red ones that are really thin, you can get those damn things anywhere.
flush cut.
Yeah, the you can stick them in any little, like, a lot of times, like in between the coils, you can stick them right in between. Just snip it right up against the post. It
Yep.
fits perfectly. Those things are awesome. Yeah, another thing that I thought was really awesome that I want to get are those ceramic tweezers. Those ceramic tweezers are the shit when you're pulsing your coils, because you can pinch them while you're pulsing.
Yes, you can.
So that makes it so much awesome, so much more awesome than just waiting for it, pulsing them and then letting go and then doing it. It helps you get them nice and clean. So those two things I think are really, even though I don't own one, I think they're probably must-haves.
I'll agree with you on both of those. The flush cut, and the ones I had, I just broke mine like a couple of weeks ago, and I really got to replace them. I'm hurting. I'm using toenail cutters right now, and they're
Yeah.
not making the grade there on that. But yeah, they're very. I had them for like 9 months. I paid $2 for them at Harbor Freight, and then just recently snapped them.
Yeah. I need some better pliers too, because especially with these, as you can see, it barely fits. So I have to be really careful when I'm moving my coils, when I'm centering them,
Yep.
because it's just they're not wide enough. They barely squeeze in there. All right, I like to do that. Try to center them as best as I can without squishing them before I start pulsing them. Okay, these aren't going to be perfectly centered, but
It's all right.
it's all right. As long as it's not touching.
It's vaping. It's not rocket science. We're not building Hubble telescopes.
Yeah,
You can
I
really
just
have
don't
a
want to
wide
melt my
degree of error.
Delrin. As long as I got it away from the end so it doesn't melt the Delrin, we should be good. All right, stick this on my mod. Yeah, I can't build without burning a little flesh.
Oh yeah, you whack yourself.
Yeah, these gigantic fucking coils. It's kind of ridiculous I got to do this many reps just to get in that range, but it's also kind of cool at the same time. It's like, shit, that stuff ohms low. It's like pretty much anything you build, cut it in half, and that's what it'll ohm out to with the Mad Rabbit wire.
Cool. Sounds like you upped your game a little bit
Hmm.
getting that stuff.
Yeah, definitely. This stuff is pretty gnarly.
I haven't used it. They were at the show in Pittsburgh. I met them, nice guys, and then I don't know. I wasn't back then. I wasn't in the mood to go buying a bunch of different types of wire. Now I probably would, because
Yeah.
I like to know
Yeah,
what's going on.
I never really cared for it before. I was just always like, yeah, why? I could do the same thing with Canthal. No, you can't. It really is different. There really is a difference. It's pretty crazy. I definitely want to start trying other ones. Well, I want the next one I want to try is Cloudzilla, because they're one of the sponsors for the team that I'm on for
Oh yeah,
252 box mods.
cool.
That was one of the things that recently happened. Um, I hit up Greg, the owner of 252 box mods, and I was asking him about my misfiring issue. He said no problem. Boxes have a lifetime warranty. Just send it back and I'll replace the button. And
Sweet.
he noticed the videos that I post in the groups that I'm in, and he told me he has a team, and he wanted one in California because they don't have one in
Cool.
Cali yet. So they made me the team captain. I just got to build a team out here.
Hey, look at that. That's great, man. What does one do on a? So yeah, tell me about that. What does one do on a cloud competition team?
Basically, just go to different cloud comps and represent the team, and just represent the sponsors. Their team's a little different. They have sponsors for the team, so you get sponsor deals. They
Okay.
have Cloudzilla wires. They have Metro Vape. They have Serial Vapors. They have lots of really good sponsors. Some of them are vape shops. Some of them are e-juice companies, and they're just looking for people that are ooh, that are just respectful and that don't go to cloud comps and get pissed off if they lose or something like that. Um, just people that are going to treat each other like family. They're a family. They don't
Cool.
consider themselves just a group or a team. They consider themselves a family, which is what I love about them
Very cool.
because they're like that. You get a lot of people that go to cloud comps and say they lose, they get pissed off and they make a scene or something like that. They don't want people like that, and so they're pretty laid back. They're pretty mellow people. They're really awesome. Um, And Greg makes a great box. I just love his. I love my 252. I like it more than I like my Sigelli. So
Cool.
I couldn't wait to get it back. But yeah, just go to CloudComps and just represent the team. And just everywhere I post, I put the hashtags. Team Legion California and
Okay.
252 box mods.
Are you on Instagram?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I
that's
started
right.
doing.
I follow you on Instagram.
Yeah, I started doing little Instagram edits with the Legion.
Nice. Instagram's fun.
Yeah. All right. Well, looks like these coils are good.
Yeah, got them glowing good.
Yep, there it goes.
Nice.
Nice. A little bit of a ramp up,
Yeah, me too.
but they're still pretty good. Nice and evenly.
I'm not using that same wire that you are.
Yeah.
I got problems over here.
Yeah, so that stuff is pretty hot. You can see I feel like this shit is just it ramps up so much faster, but I feel like it does even though it stayed red for a while. I feel like it cools down faster. When I'm not burning my flesh. Hold on, let me go wash my hands. I prefer to wash my hands before I rewick, especially messing with the wire and building the coils, and you get that metal scent on your fingers
Yeah, sure.
from the mods, from the
Go ahead,
using.
man.
I'll be
How
right back.
in?
Take a couple
Sure.
quick seconds and just wash my hands really quick.
So, just sitting around building big box mods. I have a stripped screw over here. That's why it wasn't. Here, let's look at this. It just spinning and spinning and spinning, and it wouldn't tighten down, and that's why this second coil wasn't heating up. Watch. The first coil's heating up, and the second one's not because of that. So, got to get rid of it. Yep. Hmm. I don't think my batteries liked that either. So this is why you want to take a look at your stuff fairly often also. I'm about to throw out a set of batteries. Here's why. Can you see? You know, I could rewrap it, but I'm not gonna. It's right up here. See that? So as small as that cut might look, that's a problem because it's right up there. This is the positive and this is the negative. So you don't have to go very far to short that out. And I shared a video on Facebook the other day. All the guy did was peel that back, connect it with a key, with a penny, with a, and it started sparking. So I've had these since January. These are vamped. They never were 40 amp. I don't believe that's bullshit. Maybe they were for the first hit or two, but these guys I've had for way too long. They're still in good condition too. Look how nice they are. They're nice.
My experience with those batteries weren't so well either.
They serve me well. It's just their life is done. So I'm going to take them to Home Depot and recycle them. I put them in a plastic bag so they don't have an opportunity to push up against something else. It's not worth it. You know what? Batteries are cheap enough when you go to these shows. Hey, did you pick up any batteries while you were at the show?
You know, I was going to, but I ended up just buying a bunch of juice instead. I was planning, because they had the IMR tent there.
Oh, yeah?
So I was planning on buying juice. Shit, I ripped my... Oh, that should be good. So I ended up saying fuck it, and I just bought more juice instead.
Nice.
But it was definitely something I was going to do, but I ended up buying... I bought so much other shit that I was like, you know what, I can get batteries some other time. I got like 2 bags. The cotton bacon was only $3 a bag.
There you
I
go.
got a couple bags of these cotton bacon, the cotton bacon cotton.
Nice.
This stuff is really good. This is my first time using this stuff too.
Oh, yeah?
This stuff is just awesome. I think I'm definitely making a switch and only using... I'm going to do a little bit different wicking today. I'm just going to do regular wicking, so I'm going to make it extra long because the Buddha is so... It has like a freaking...
Hey, did that guy ever answer you back that you had asked him? He did. He wicked it kind of weird, like through the coil and then up over the post and then tucked it down behind the other one. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, that's the series wicking. That's what I usually do with this.
Okay. Yeah.
What was your question?
You had asked a guy a question on Google Plus about his video where he was wicking the Zephyr Buddha, and he did almost like a plume veil style wicking technique because of those holes that come in through the posts, the air holes. Do you know what I'm talking about or no?
Yeah, with the series wicking.
I guess.
You could see that I asked a question? That's so funny. I didn't know that.
I was cyber stalking you, my friend.
Yeah, I asked the guy. He never did answer me. I asked him what the benefits were of using series wicking, which is what I usually use. And I've just found... What I've found with my own personal experiences is it's just, if you want more pools, then series wicking is really great. I could do the series wicking instead if you'd like me to do that.
Nah, it's okay. It's an odd camera angle today, but I just figured I'd ask about it. I thought it was interesting.
Yeah, I usually, when I do the series wicking, the way it works is...
All right, yeah, sure.
You get one end and you flip it. You get it over. Let me pull one end just so I can kind of show you. What you do is you fold it over, you tuck it over the post, and you stick it behind the coil, the opposite coil, in between the coil and the post, and the center post.
Right.
And then the other end you just stick underneath and make a nice little cloud. That's series wicking. Now, what I found in my own personal experiences with it is it's just if you're looking for a vape with series and you want more pools, then that's a great way to wick. I usually get 7 to 10 pools with that style of wicking before having to re-drip. It sucks up a lot of juice because it holds a lot of juice. But like I said, you all you have to do is just drip it, and you can rip it for 7 to 10 pulls on a series box, on a regulated series box. And so I prefer it that way if I want more pulls. And I haven't had, people have told me that it chokes it up a little bit and you won't get as big of clouds. I've wicked it the other way before, and I haven't seen that much of a difference. So I'm not sure. I think it's just different. It just depends how you wick it. And
Interesting.
this time I just went with the regular wicking,
Cool.
right, like this. Like 90% of the time I use series wicking. Every once in a while I'll do it regular like this. The juice I'm putting on here is some other juice that I got from one of the buddies. One of my buddies in another group in the Lions Den.
What do you
He
got?
make he makes his own juice. He owns it's called Chakra Juice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's all natural ingredients.
Cool.
Nothing harmful in it. That's why he named it Chakra Juice. I guess
Ah.
chakra is like a type of lifestyle. I don't know. I guess I'm like more natural or something like that. I'm not too sure. I don't really know the meaning of chakra,
Oh,
but
and
this stuff is.
in like yoga, it's one of the energy centers in the body. There's different chakra or chakras.
Yeah, this one's
Oh, cool.
Awaken. It's really good. He doesn't say what kind of flavor it is. All his other juices have the flavor profiles listed right there, but this one it just says it's a delightful treat, a delicious treat, and that's all it says. And he says his reason for it is because he likes to keep it. He wants to keep this one a mystery. He wants because everybody keeps getting a different note, different notes.
Cool.
There we go. See, there goes the build. It's a pretty nice little build. Once it gets nice and heated up, it's pretty.
Nice.
For 16 wrap, it's crazy ridiculous. Let me make sure.
What kind of batteries do you like using?
With these, I use the VTC4s. With the on my box, it fits better if it's perfect in here.
Mm-hmm.
And it matches.
It matches.
But,
That's important.
yeah, right. Let me make sure. Stick it on my ohm reader.
My build came out fugazi. So after snapping in a couple of different coils, I discovered that the reason why I was doing that was cranking down.
Yeah.
I had a stripped screw, so I just took it out. Now I'm single
Yeah.
coiling it.
Let me ohm this out really quick. Okay, yeah, this is the same. This one's ohm reading 0.27. So yeah, this is the lowest I go. I don't like to go any lower, even though they say you can. It's just because I don't want to risk messing my box up, or I don't want to damage it or burn it out, burn the MOSFET chip or anything like that. So I just prefer to stay. The lowest I go is 0.27. I don't go any lower than that. I usually stay in the 0.27, 0.31, like I said. So
Cool.
let's see here. Oh, wait. What did I do wrong? Oh, there we go.
Nice. How's she vape?
Man, this stuff is good. And it's pretty, for being the ohms being so low, it has really amazing flavor. It just clouds right up.
Oh, that's surprising. I wouldn't have expected on a series that low to see somebody doing anything but choking and gagging. Either you got iron lungs or that build with all those wraps.
This one is a 0 milligram. I did this and I dripped, and then it sucked because you know how all juices are different. Some threes are super smooth. Some threes are just a little stronger. I had a juice that was just a little stronger, and I put it in here and dripped it. I felt like I was getting used to Nick all over again. It just choked me up, and I was just coughing. And
Hey, there's different quality grades of nicotine too that are used. Some of
yeah,
them are very peppery, and
yeah,
I understand cheap nicotine will do
yeah,
that.
exactly. That's what I keep hearing too. Is you can tell cheap nicotine from good nicotine because it has a peppery, um, and it's more harsher. So I don't know that much about juice making. I only make my own juice, so I don't really know. I don't but that is what I hear too.
It's all right. You're figuring it out pretty quick there, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah, 'cause what I taste with this juice is he said everybody gets something different. I just barely opened this yesterday and I'm already almost done because
Yeah.
it's so good.
Nice.
I've been vaping different juices too. I usually vape. That's the only thing with this box, especially since I started making my own. I vape about 30 mils a day. Sometimes on my worst days, if I'm just especially on my days off, I'm just vaping. I
Right.
usually vape around 45 mils in a day. Um, so it definitely sucks up a lot of juice. But with this one, I kind of taste. He said he wants to keep it a mystery, but I keep getting. When I first tried it, I tasted Rice Krispie treat.
Oh
Now,
yeah.
I came home and I started getting. He told me somebody tasted chocolate cake. I started tasting chocolate afterwards when I brought it home, which I thought was crazy. But it still tastes like a Rice Krispie treat to me. So it kind of tastes like a chocolate covered Rice Krispies treat. That's the flavor that I get. Everybody, I guess, keeps getting something different. But
Nice. One of those mystery flavors that everybody, like the OB from Suicide Bunny,
yeah,
no two people taste that the same.
yeah, it's so crazy. But that's pretty cool. I like that little mystery factor to it. It
Yeah.
definitely adds more of a bit of it definitely makes it more intriguing, when you're trying new flavors and you're like, "What's this?" And he's like, "I don't want to say." It kind of makes you more intrigued into you're like, "Okay, all right, now I gotta try it." But I was gonna try regardless because I know the guy. He's in one of the other groups, and I heard about his line. I found out he was gonna have a booth. A couple of the people that I'm in groups with, like Cloudbringers Cream, they had a booth there, and Ken Bivens, the guy, one of the main guys in charge. He's a really awesome guy. He gave me the full line in 0 milligram, so that was really nice of him. It's
Cool.
really good juice too. My favorite that I had from them was Strange. It's different. It's different to the other compared to the other strawberry milks. This one is it's mainly milk with a hint of strawberry and caramel. So you get that little other different note than the usual strawberry milk because you're getting a little bit of a caramel note in it. So it's pretty good.
Nice. Whenever if somebody does give you a juice line like that, it's a nice thing. Do a juice review.
Hmm.
Do do a juice review for them. You know, not for the sake of, hey, why not? You have a YouTube channel. Do a review. Send him the link.
Yeah.
Helps him promote his juice just to have different voices. It can't always be the guy who makes his own juice is always banging his chest and talking about how good his juice is. It's nice for them when they get other people validating.
Yeah.
Uh, that's how I started doing juice reviews.
Yeah.
My first one.
You
What?
actually, I'm most likely going to do one of those later. I'm going to make a couple videos. You actually inspired me to make a YouTube channel.
Yeah,
After you
because I
told
make
me,
an asshole out of myself, and then I make everybody else. I lower the bar so much. You can't be as bad as Daryl. Good. Job done here. Thank you very much. I'm going home. Nobody can
yeah,
make as much of a fool of themselves as I can. I pride
yeah.
myself in it.
See, now that this build is nice and warm, that you can see how angry it actually is. Pretty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I got the windows open, right? Okay, I want to make sure I'm airing it out.
Yeah. I just go out to the garage or I go outside.
I miss having a garage, man.
It's my own. That's my man cave. It's okay. I'm surrounded by estrogen. I have 3 daughters, my wife. So I don't even want to, hear it. It's fine. I'm outside. It's
Yeah, I have
whatever.
the window open right here, and so I'm just blowing it out straight out the window. And luckily, my girlfriend's awesome enough. She says she's cool with it as long as I'm in the opposite room. And I always do. What I do is when I make my cloud videos is I put a towel underneath the door, and I make sure the baby's in the opposite room. And most of the time, if it's inside, it'll be a 0 milligram.
That's cool. Now,
And
see, what do you have? A balcony over there in your apartment? I've seen you out
yeah, I have a
chilling.
balcony over here. I don't like to do cloud vids out in the balcony because it's, I live in Corona. So a lot of times it's really windy over here, so I can never record outside.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so just wind and cloud videos just do not mix well.
Nope.
So what I do is I just go in the opposite room. I air it out, make sure it's all aired out, and if the baby needs to come in here, I make sure everything's aired out first. So I just do little things like that. That's one of the reasons why I started vaping 0 milligram is because after I had my daughter, I was just like, you know what, I'm just going to quit vaping nicotine. But then after ECC, I went back to it, so I can't say that anymore.
You had a relapse.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool, man. Well, we're over the hour mark, and I try not to keep these going too long. Thank you very much for showing us the build, and thanks for getting on with me and talking about vaping in general.
Thanks for having me on here, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we got to do this again sometime. We got to get like Adrian Cantu and you're Adrian. Sorry, Jordan Schatz and Alan Turetsky sometime.
Yeah, I'll get all the admins from Banana Group.
Yeah, maybe on a Saturday night or something when everybody's. Those guys hang out at a shop up here on Long Island called Fluid.
Yeah,
every Saturday night.
Great juice.
What's that? Yeah.
They have great juice, by the way.
Yeah, they do. They do. Which one do you like the best from Fluid?
I've only had one. Alan sent me the banana nut bread, and it was. I've been looking for. I've always looked for, and I've only come across maybe 2 banana vapes that I really liked, and theirs is one of them. So their stuff is really on point.
It's on point.
I enjoyed it very much. The banana nut bread was very good.
They were one of the first vape shops at all in New York or even anywhere. I think they're in their 4th or 5th year, so they're an old hand at this vaping stuff.
Yeah,
I like going up there just because they have a nice lounge upstairs, and in the afternoons sometimes I'll go up there and do some videos.
I saw that. They got a nice little. The way that's set up is pretty awesome. I wish more vape shops were like that. I have a vape shop around here that I like to go to, Jokey Vape. They have a little pool table, and they do have a couple couches too, so that's pretty nice. When vape shops make it more of a lounge than just a vape shop.
Yeah. What's nice about that, and I mean, it just worked out that way for space, but the retail counter where everybody comes in, and I mean, that place is packed. There's a line all day long, but like the folks who are building and chucking clouds and stuff and doing all this weird stuff like we just did are upstairs, so it's not alienating like a waitress will walk in for an initial setup and not be blown out because guys are like over there having a mini cloud comp in the corner, which freaks you out when you haven't been vaping and you don't know what to expect. Looks like a bunch of people are brewing up meth in the corner or something crazy. That's what I thought the first time I saw a bunch of cloud chasers in a vape shop. But hey, man, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you, man.
Quest for Vape over here. I do this every week, and it's nothing glamorous. It's nothing fancy. It's just sometimes there's 2 or 3 more people on, but we're talking vape. We're doing technical builds. Sometimes Daryl fucks up and snaps wires. Wait, that's real life. So I could do videos and edit and make them very, very perfect, but then you wouldn't be seeing how to get from point A to point B. And I like to have that as part of the show. So. All right, man. Anything else you want to mention? Honorable mentions, plug a juice company. Oh, we did a bit of that too. So, any special shout outs?
Just 252 box mods. I love this fucking box mod. I'm on the Team Legion now.
Very cool.
So, if any any people in California that are cloud chasers and are thinking about getting in on a team, the only requirement is you do have to have a 252 box mod, but you don't have to be a current owner of one. You just have to have one in your hands within a month, but just let me know. You can find me on Instagram at Metalhead, but head is spelled Hedd instead of Head, and or on my YouTube channel, Metalhead Vapor.
Very cool, man. Hey, that's not such a punishment. It looks like a really decent looking mod, from what I can tell. How much do those run retail?
This one is just a standard B box, and this one was $80. So they're very decently priced. His G boxes, which are the hexohm sizes, those start at 110.
Okay.
And he makes them. He only makes 18 650s. He doesn't make 26 650 boxes, but they're very very decently priced for a good solid box, and it has a lifetime warranty. For $80 for a B box, you can't beat that price. A lot of people are charging $200. I've seen for a B box.
Does that have a what's it got inside? A
It has
MOSFET?
has a MOSFET chip
Okay.
right there.
And
It's
no.
very
All
very
right, very
basic.
Yep. Very nice. All right. And that's called what again? The 252
$252 one.
252 box mod. Very
You can find
nice.
them on Facebook. They don't have a website. They just have a Facebook page, 252 box mods. But
80
yeah,
bucks. You can't go wrong. I mean,
Yeah,
look at what
80
you get for 60 bucks. That stupid clear, the one you see through that has an LED light when you hit the button, and that festering turd breaks after a month, and you don't get a lifetime warranty, and that's 60 bucks.
what are
You know
those?
the one I'm talking about.
ABS box.
Yeah, the ABS box. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, that actually inspired me not to get one of those, but I saw a kid with one, and I was like, man, look at this knucklehead over here, but look at the clouds he's chucking. I got to have one of those. So I didn't want it, just looked real janky to me, and I went and spent, but I spent a good, I mean, this is my first one, Smokestack Mods. I spent a good $120 on this. And I think he gave me a discount because I told him I'd do him a review. He gave it to me for $100. That was back in January. I was a month before Twisted 420 did the review on this, so I scooped it. But yeah, a good, well-made box by a seasoned box builder that's going to put a lifetime warranty on it.
Yeah,
you can't beat that for under $100. Can't beat that.
Oh yeah, I think 80 to 120, 130. That's a perfect range for a box. I mean, this is all just when you get to the 200 range, it gets kind of crazy because you're But I think that's perfect. That is a really good price.
Cool, man. All right, dude. Well, thanks a lot. I'm going to wrap up the show. And
all right, cool.
Adrian Cantu, thanks for spending the time with me. And Quest for Vape, have a great day.
Yeah, no problem, man.